Just ventured the upside down. Yeah, exactly. You're blushing. Stop it. No, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. You're a wonderful little bean.
Well, everyone, it's time to meet our next guest. Meet GhostintheNoice, a streamer who blends heart, humor, and hardcore boss battles. Today on Get to Know Your Streamer, we get to tap into the mind behind the boops, the polter pals, and the big wins. Hey, Ghost. Hey, where are you?
Hey,
Ghost,
Reckon, what's going on, man? I'm so excited to be here, dude. I can't even tell you.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
my gosh, like, let's, do I have to click something over here to try to get you back? I can't see you very well.
Damn, dude. Okay, so like I've been having this problem lately. I just seem to like pop in and out, you know? I'm kind of everywhere all at once, you know?
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
things.
Ghost. All right.
You gotta believe, bro. Like you gotta believe to see.
You gotta believe to see. Believe to see.
Yeah,
okay,
dude.
like hold on. How do I believe to see exactly?
Okay, you gotta close your eyes and you gotta dig up a childhood memory when you felt awesome, like a good summer day, and then you just gotta believe, dude.
Okay. I'm back in the summer day. I'm believing I'm swimming. Not only am I swimming, I'm jumping off the diving board.
We love a good diving board.
Of course, belly flopping as one does.
Oh god,
Like
no.
that's where I'm at. Okay. I'm belly flopping.
I hit from the water.
I hit the water. I'm turning myself around. I'm swimming back up. I see the ripples happening, and now I'm just, oh my god, there you are. The believing, it worked.
It worked.
So, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Like,
it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad to be here, man. How are you?
Oh man, it has been. I am exceptional today. Like, I feel like a 9.25 is where I'm at, and of course we're recording an episode. Like, there's always a little. Come on now, chat, comments. Let me know. It's a little stressful sometimes. We're gonna just leave it at that. Man, I feel good. Feel good.
You look good.
Oh, thank you so much, Ghost. Longtime friend, personal friend of the program since, the beginning.
Day one.
Since day one,
baby.
Like, I started in 2019.
Yeah.
When did you start? Do you remember when you got into streaming?
Yeah, I do. I first got into streaming in 2016 on my YouTube channel, and I was streaming off of my PlayStation 4 camera in my in-laws' basement on 20 megabit download internet, and it was terrible. You know, that was where I started the journey, and then I moved over to Twitch in 2021, I want to say.
What would you say your early days felt like when you started getting into streaming? First dealing in YouTube and then moving on into Twitch.
So like early on, specifically with like YouTube, I wanted to do a lot of like Skyrim and like horror game content, and that was what I did, and I really wanted to lean into like the Let's Play side of things, you know what I mean? And the experience wasn't bad by any means. It was different for sure. I kind of tapered that off just over time. It just wasn't something that I wanted to keep up with. And I moved over to Twitch. And starting out on Twitch was much better. I like the social aspect behind Twitch, and like the ability to like network and communicate with people is a much more enjoyable experience.
Being able to communicate with other people and start a community, that is genuinely what we're all here to do. And sometimes, man, you just run into your tribe. You know what I mean? Like, I've dropped into other people's streams and we were talking about some perspectives and whatnot, and I was like, oh shit, like did I actually walk into my tribe right now?
Maybe.
I've known you for a whole 35 seconds, and I think I've walked into it. Like
you're like, okay, I kind of really like this vibe. I like this person. I like the chat. You know?
Yeah.
You come into stuff and you like what you like, and you kind of get a feel for it as you start to go through like different streamers and say hello to people, or if you're raiding out, and like you get a better vibe for like who they are. It's like a sixth sense, not to be punny, but not to be punny, but
we aren't there yet, man. Like
we're not there.
Like,
God, stop.
We aren't there yet. No, we aren't there.
No,
like
we're not there. So you definitely learn to get a feel for like, what is this person about? What are they up to? How do they interact? Like, that's something that I'm critical of on Twitch, being a content creator myself, is like, I acted, if someone came into my chat and I acted like this person is acting, would I stay? Is what I ask myself. And if I would stay, then I will, I'll follow them and I'll be like, hey, you know what I mean? But if I couldn't see myself doing something, like, it's like a self-reflection moment. If I would not enjoy seeing me do that, I'm not gonna do it.
There are so many streamers out there that do have a different type of vibe where, I mean, some can honestly be kind of like clinically maybe more on the grumpy side.
Sure.
Which is relatable. Like, you can actually get behind, like, yeah, I've been pissed off about stuff too. Like, and sometimes
like,
you get into the stream and that's it. You're literally wearing your emotions on your sleeve.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not you being mad that you're there with chat or that or that you hit go live by any means. It's you just being like, man, we just had a tough day.
Man, this game sucks ass.
That too. Oh my god. Like, wow.
That is something that I look for, though. Like, you're allowed to be a human being. I'm not. I'm dead. I already did that. But as far as like showing like emotional depth is concerned, that is what is important. If I can have a conversation with someone, that's what it's all about for me, is if I can just have a conversation. For me, like, especially when I started, right? Having those conversations tends to come really easily to me. I like to talk a lot, and if you guys know who I am, then you would know that. But conversation is important to me, especially when I'm engaging, like, with my community, for example, with anybody's community. I like to be present and engaging, and, because starting out is a really good example, right? There's no one there. There's nobody there.
Not a soul.
There's no one. Nobody cares. And, like, when I started on YouTube, for example, I had some interesting interactions with people, and then Twitch has been, like, more of the same, but in a more consistent way. And I can, we can get into that later, but the different ways that people go about doing things,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're all there to do the same thing, but it's about your brain and how you decide how you want to do the thing. And I love that.
That's some of the superpowers of being a streamer, actually. Content creator at all. Like,
yeah.
If you say to yourself, you want to make a welcome card for anyone who jumps into chat, man, there are tools out there to do it. And
there sure are.
I'm going to send out a little bit of a wave of gratitude here for individuals who decided to make the code and also decided to make that feature be available for anyone to download and use on their streams.
Exactly.
And of course, I'm always open to talking about streaming and whatnot and adding new features to streams, because
Of course.
I have my crazy Wreck-It masterclass that is just an absolute off the wall. Like, let's learn how to build a thing. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna build this thing real fast. And you see how that feels. You know how that feels to give somebody that information. And it's absolutely worthwhile to anybody watching or listening.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for having that open mind to be able to say, hey, like, you want to get into it? Let's go.
Let's get into it. Yeah,
and
exactly.
And as for me, I am crazy. Like, I'm very in the moment where if we want to get into it, I have to stop playing my video game.
We gotta do it
and
right now.
I have to do it right now and bump my microphone 80 times while I'm doing it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So,
and you are good about that as well. Like, just the willingness to help people. So there's a phrase that I like to use a lot, which is "we rise together," and that's indicative of because it's the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
it's the ghost vibe, and they rise, right? So I am very of the mind that to build a community, you have to be able to be willing to build a connection, and you find the people that you will connect with, and then you grow together in turn. And I think that is probably the coolest thing. Just being able to, like, make friends. You know what I mean? Like, I would consider all of my people, all of your people, all of whoever's people that I am a community member of, it really feels like kind of like being home in a way. You know? Like, it's an inviting place to be, and I love that about the platform and making content and stuff, because like, for example, Wreck-It, you make something cool and you're like, Ghost, I just spent like 6 hours doing this thing and my brain is going to melt out of my ear holes, but I want you to see it. And every single time I will say, absolutely, show it to me right now. I would love to see it, because I would. You put time and effort into the things that you care about. And not only are you and I personal friends and have been for...
Wow, it's almost been a decade and a half, 15 years now. We're going to timestamp that now. Like, we're going to see this video in 10 years and be like, oh my God, what the hell were we doing? Like,
good Lord. Yeah, exactly. 15 years though. And not only because you are one of my best friends in the whole entire world, but because I support you as a content creator. Much like, for example, get to know your streamer. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Oh, wait. Anyway, so, shameless self-promo chat. It's important, okay?
It is important. I agree with that.
Support your people. Do the thing. It's worth it. I promise.
Ghost.
Yeah.
It's a popular theme. Come on. Ghosts are a popular theme.
Oh, yeah.
We have seen... I mean, honestly, you are the only ghost that I have in my sphere. There is nobody else that uses ghost imagery, that uses... sorry. Maybe a ghost imagery could be like a rip emote. But that's a given. Well, that's a given to see a ghost inside of a rip emote. Right? Yeah. Especially when you die to the nameless puppet 1,000 times. Like, nobody likes dealing with the nameless puppet. Why did you choose GhostintheNoice as your style to show, hey, new viewer, you can call me, I'm GhostintheNoice, but you can call me Ghost.
Yeah,
why did you pick GhostintheNoice?
There's a few things that came together for that a long time ago when I first started streaming, I used to make a lot of Destiny content, Destiny 2 content specifically. Aside from like the occasional raid or PvE activity or whatever, we used to do a ton of PvP. And one of the medals that you can earn in PvP is called a Ghost in the Night. And I used to get them like crazy. It's where you kill 7 people without getting hit at all. So
that's insane.
And I used to get them every match, all the time, dude. All the time.
I'm used to seeing myself as a name on the damn kill on the kill board. You know what I'm talking about? I'm always there. And you're like, no, I'm not there. I'm going to just wipe everybody out all the time. I'm never seeing GhostintheNoice on that board. It's Wreck-It Gaming. You'll see him getting wrecked all the time.
It's that damn Warlock jump, man.
Maybe it's the Warlock jump. I was a Warlock main. Oh, God.
It's true. It's true. Hunter supremacy, dude. But anyway. So it was in part because of that, because when I originally started my Twitch channel, I was like, I want to do Destiny content, and I think that's going to be awesome, and I'm going to do a little play on words. And it was fitting because I have a friend that I met and streamed with when I did YouTube a long time ago, and he started calling me Ghost. It was his little like nickname for me. He was like, how's it going, Ghost? Da da da. And it was not part of my tag or anything. He and I were just friends, and that was what he decided to call me. And so I have never really had like a nickname that wasn't from my mom in my life, because my actual name isn't that easy to nickname. And so I really liked it. I liked being called something that wasn't my name, that I was like, I can identify with that, And so I kind of just slammed those two things together, and it was a play on words. And when I think of like cool hype moments, I just want to be like, noise, and so it just became like amalgamation of things that were meaningful to me, are meaningful to me. And I still like to bring that like energy to the table. I want to, like, it's not Destiny anymore. It's stuff that's way cooler, but I wanted to, I wanted people to see my content and go, noise, like that was the idea.
Yeah. And I am so sure that if you were still playing Destiny 2 to this day, you'd have a wildly different community on your hands, for one. Like,
way different.
Because right now you're doing Souls-like games. As a matter of fact, you are a Souls player, like Absolutely. Through and through, and up to and including Souls-likes. Yep. Recently, we have Lies of P. Sorry, it's not as recent as some may say, but Lies of P is what you got into maybe 2 months ago? Maybe, and you finished it off maybe a month ago? Something like that.
It's been a little longer than that, I
Probably.
think.
You know what I mean?
But that's okay. I love Souls games. I love Souls likes. It's something that I know well. You know what I mean? It's something that is meaningful to me as a gamer. I'm like, I love this. And I can get my ass kicked for 12 hours and still be like, that's the best game I've ever played in my entire life. And I love that feeling, because like, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Like as a matter of fact, let's go into that feeling right now.
Sure.
We have a clip from you defeating the nameless puppet, and that was an insane clip. Let's go ahead and play that now.
Yes! Fucking let's go!
Okay, two things on that clip. All right?
Sure.
Yes, fucking let's go when you get absolutely that right there. That when you power stanced right there, that was the moment. That was it. Number two is you were emptying the bag. You were like,
man.
no, just take
Random
out
bullshit,
random
go.
bullshit, go. Like you just
Chuck,
kept on.
yeah. Just chuck it, dude.
So dealing with
nameless puppet.
that super powered moment
Yeah.
right there. Do you remember how your chat reacted to you when it reacts to you whenever you have
Everybody
a
just-
super powered moment like that? How do you love what do you love most about their reactions to that?
Nameless puppet was driving me insane. In that moment, that let's fucking go, that yes from me was after 4.5 hours straight of fighting that boss.
Oh
And
my god.
it is not often in recent history of me doing Souls content and Souls-like content, I haven't been stuck on a boss like that in a long time. It instantly took me back to like every time you beat a boss or every time I beat a boss in a Souls game or a Souls-like, it takes me back to every single boss kill I've had up to that exact moment, and every single one of them feels amazing. To just like it is that sense of self-accomplishment. It's like, hell yeah, dude, I did it. We did it. And when my chat sees something big like that happen, and in that specific moment with that clip, they reacted the same way I did. We were experiencing the same thing. It was, holy shit, he did it, and holy shit, I did it at the exact same time. And I love that. And everybody just goes insane, you know, because they're there and they're watching me do this fight and be frustrated and angry with myself or the boss or whatever. And it's just like all of that emotion is something that I'm not afraid to like show. I'll get mad, dude. I'll be happy about something. I'll cry about something. You know what I mean? I think it's the human connection that I enjoyed the most. It is that moment, that knowing that those people that are in your chat watching you do something are there and want to see you do the thing and will stick by you when you are unable to do the thing is so cool to me. And I love that.
That is an apt description of exactly what a connected chat looks like. That right there is the best experience as far as, I mean, we've been watching a lot of streams, man, and we know what insanity looks like on chat.
It's true.
That is the most connected you could ever be to your
crazy.
chat.
Yep.
And we love the community for it. Every single person who gets off going through that phase with us is too good to not only everybody else in the chat, but even to us.
Exactly.
Like, people could be somewhere else doing the same thing, but they chose Ghost in the Noise.
Yep.
And that is something that I will be truly grateful for every single time something that comes up.
It's something that I'm truly grateful for every time that it comes up. And I say this at basically the end of every single stream, is that I'm grateful to you guys for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next one, because hopefully I will. and the fact that people choose, and I say this constantly as well, if you come to my stream literally just to say hi, just to take 2 seconds out of your day and be like, hey Ghost, how's it going? just wanted to pop in and say, what's up, dude? Hope you have a good stream, or something like that, right? Or you show up and I stream for 12 hours and you have been in my chat from second 1 all the way to the end, just talking to me and hanging out. It could be 2 seconds, it could be 2 hours, it doesn't matter how long it is. The fact that someone took time out of their day to say hello to me and spend time with me is huge. And I love that.
Wow, what a feeling to have
Absolutely.
a connected community.
Yeah.
I'm smiling thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Like, it's just, I got nothing but gratitude in my heart just thinking about all of us, just being here with each other.
Exactly.
So
it makes me happy, for sure.
Could you give us a little bit of a walkthrough in the day in the life of Ghost in the Noise?
Sure. Aside from streaming, I work a full-time job, and I have my wives, Ginger and Sleepy, and then we have our furry children. We have a dog named Lilith, we have a cat named Freya, and we have another cat named Merlin. And I love them very much. They are my family. Generally, my day, if it is like a weekday, right, my day will start with waking up and being extremely tired, because I'm always tired. and then I come in here. This is my office. The space I'm in, the space I stream from, is my office. I work from home 99% of the time. So I'll come in here and I'll sit down with like my water and all that fun stuff and just get to work and do the thing and lock it in. And you know, while I work, I'll pull up Twitch because I work from home and I generally don't have to worry about not being on my phone. I'll go ahead and I'll pull up Twitch and I'll find someone to sit and watch and listen to and interact with throughout the day, so I can have like, you know, some background noise with me and stuff. Because I deal with like sensitive information, I have to keep everything all closed and whatnot. But on my breaks, I'll go out, I'll say hi to you know, Lilith and the cats and make sure that they have like their food and their water, and I'll say hi to the girls, and then, you know, just back to the grind for a little while. And then as soon as I'm off work, if it's stream day, it's stream day, man. And I go get ready. I'll figure out what I'm doing with my hair and which hat I want to wear. You know, make sure I've got my water for my hydrates, and make sure I posture check real quick so that I don't, you know, I'm not slouching immediately or anything like that. I make sure that, you know, I'm looking presentable and that I'm, you know, feeling okay. And I normally take a little bit of time to like unwind from work, and that takes a little bit of time just to like de-stress from things. And then I sit down and I get everything pulled up. I get all of my streaming programs pulled up. I make sure that I have whatever song that's currently stuck in my head up and queued on Spotify so that it can just be played right off rip, you know what I mean?
The Spotify ritual.
It's
as soon as you're done, get the party started.
Yeah, dude, I have to. I gotta find the song that fits the vibe, you know what I mean? Like, how am I feeling today? Am I feeling like a little bit more jovial? Do I want to listen to Darude Sandstorm? Do I want to, you know, do I want to get into my growls, into my heavy metal? How is my voice feeling today? Am I feeling like I want to perform today? Or am I feeling like I kind of just want to sit and talk? And all of that rolls into how stream is going to start. And then I just have to keep the ball rolling from there. And then I do a stream, and I normally try to go for like 3 to 6 hours, depending on how long I have and when I start. You know, we'll get a good stream in, and then we always raid out.
Always raid out.
The rules.
Don't ever not do that. Don't just end your stream. Always raid out. Always raid out.
It's cool. Cool kids raid out. Okay?
Cool kids raid out. Like
cool kids Cool kids stay with the raid. Okay?
Like, there was one time.
You can raid and run. But cool kids stay for the raid.
Cool kids stay for the raid. The streamer can always raid and run.
Absolutely.
And there was only one time since we've started hollering, always raid out, always raid out. There's only one time I've ever completed a stream and did not raid out.
Really?
There was only one time since we started doing that ritual.
Tell me about
always
that.
raiding out. For some reason we had just finished, and bro, the energy bar. We have an energy bar. I swear to God, it's not just me. Everybody has this feeling where you'll be done doing the streaming.
Yep.
And I
in multiple ways.
Like you're done holding a controller, you're done touching a keyboard.
I'm over it, man.
You put it well put. You're over it. You know what I mean?
You're just done.
And there was maybe 5 or 6 people on my now streaming list who were live. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I literally did not have the brain power to say, oh, they're streaming, let's raid them. I shut down and was like, oh my God, I cannot find anyone to raid today. I think that was just one of the most energy, low vibe, low power moments that I was just experiencing. And I think everybody goes through that from time to time. But
absolutely,
do your best to always raid out. Always help your fellow streamers. Because
exactly.
I will tell you one thing right now. Okay, there's a theory that exists. I rarely ever talk about on stream.
Sure.
And it's called your 1,000 true fans. If you can just get to being a human being that 1,000 people might just say, hey, we love this guy. We're always here. And sometimes we're subscribing. Sometimes we're throwing down bits.
Sometimes
the hype trains appear. Let's be real about that.
They happen.
Being able to be that type of a human being to say, hey, wow, I really do have that knit community.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's a good feeling for not only the streamer, but for everybody else involved. Because if we've been raiding out the entire time, raiding out to other people, making sure, hey, wow, somebody really likes Ghost, but somebody really loves some other streamer that you happen to raid out to. And then all of a sudden you gave them a true fan. Exactly. That's a superpower, baby. Like,
it's so cool.
You can't duck that. And that is such a beautiful thing to be able to give to other people. Especially when people are just watching streams and enjoying their time being here.
Exactly. Which is what's most important. I always make it a point to raid out. Always. I will find somebody. I will look up the category if I have to, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's really hard to raid out. And not so much. So like you're talking about your energy bar being depleted, and I choose to think of it like spell slots.
Okay. All right.
I choose to think of it like spell slots, man. I am out of all of my 3rd level spell slots for this right now, and I need to shift my focus to something else, or I need to do this or that, right? When you're out of those spell slots, I think that happens to everybody. I think everybody knows what it feels like to be like fatigued, and you can be excited to stream, and sometimes I'll be having like a really bad day. And I'm like, I don't want to stream today, man. I don't want to do it. And then I will come in and I will get in here and I will sit down. And then I start streaming and it changes my entire day. It changes how I feel, you know what I mean? And sometimes, even though you might not want to do the thing, it's still okay to do it. And it's okay not to. That's the other thing, right? Like, you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. As far as having a community that is, you know, they're going to show up and they're going to show out, even if it's for a second, you start to know that like people are gonna just be there and that you have people to talk to. I think that that's really, really cool to know if I boot up this stream, Reckitt's gonna pop in and he's just gonna be like, hey man, you know?
Whether it's a lurk or just coming in to say hi.
And I love my lurkers. I do. Lurking is encouraged in my wheelhouse of things, because if you want to just hang out and listen to me yell about something or whatever, and you're fine with that, and I am your background noise, as a person who constantly has to have something going on, either visually or audibly or both, I am honored. I am honored and absolutely bereft of words to explain how cool that makes me feel. Because it's like, I won't put on background noise I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, because even though it's in the background, you're still like hearing it happen. And if I don't like it, then I'm not going to listen to it. And I think a lot of people could agree with that. If you are if you as a chatter are a lurker, just know that you are welcome in my graveyard anytime, because I love that. I love people just hanging out.
It's worthwhile to understand that, hey, some people just don't like to talk in chat. Some people just like to be present, and they don't have to be involved.
Present.
Right. And and you literally could be someone's random selection of, hey, I need to get some homework done, but I like listening to streamer chatter, which I'm sure that happens to a lot of people, just like you. That
looking at you, chat.
That right there is worth understanding. So let's shift just a little bit. Give us one goal for something on stream and one goal for something off stream.
So off stream, the girls and I want to do our wedding, like officially. We don't have like a set date, but sometime my hope is sometime in the next year that will be able to happen for us, like from a financial and a time perspective. Because I want to do that for them and me. I think that it's important. So that is one of the off-stream goals. And then on-stream, or the goal, I should say, is I want to hit 1,000 followers by the end of the year. That is my goal. I think I could do it, dude. I think I could do it. I think it would be cool.
Here's a little bit of a deep cut for you guys.
Sure.
For chat, especially. Knowing Ghost for as long as I have, I've heard about him streaming on YouTube ever since at least 2021. At the very least. I have been saying to him, you got the moves. You have the thing that lets people be magnetized to you. You have this. Do you remember the numerous conversations I've had with you to say, hey, you can go do this. Like,
you should do the thing.
You need to go do the thing. I don't know why you haven't continued going yet. And this was me. This is coming from me, who I have a nice experience, but it's just that. It's a nice experience.
You're great. You are fantastic.
Chat, if you want to come over to my side of the woods, you can. And you guys can yell at me for potentially underselling myself. You can yell at me for that. All right?
Yeah.
And but Ghost has had the energy. He has the gumption for it. He has the knowledge. And Ghost, that's how I feel about you. That's how I felt about you for years and this subject. And I am...
Well, I love that.
I can't believe I'm still this empowered to behave in this way while I'm telling you this during our interview. Oh my gosh, it's just... Oh,
You're
man,
a champion.
I'm going to pull it back just a little bit, but not too much.
That's
Okay.
Right. No, not too much.
So, is
Not
there
too
anything
much.
you wish for stream? If you, is there anything you wish viewers knew more about streamers in general?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first and foremost, thank you very much for the. It is ingrained in me. Thank you for the hype, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you for gassing me up, giving me my flowers. I appreciate that very much. As you know, I have been a day one supporter of Get to Know Your Streamer, and I've wanted to be on Get to Know Your Streamer since day one. This is a dream come true for me, and hopefully I'm helping you with that as well. I just have to very briefly say thank you, because something that I wish people knew more about streamers in general, being that sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot to put yourself out there, and you know, like, you might not necessarily be on camera, you might not necessarily have a microphone, but you're still putting yourself out in front of people to show them something that you do. Sometimes that's difficult, and yeah, it's just sitting there playing video games, right? And it is, but there is so much more that goes into it. Like, when I'm not at work, and when I'm not streaming, I'm constantly thinking about how can I improve something with my stream, and I wonder how so-and-so is doing. I haven't heard from them in a while. Or it was really cool to see this person recently. You know what I mean? I think about stream. I think about my community. I think about what I want to do. And I just wish people knew that, like, there is time and effort and thought that goes into clicking go live. And the best advice I've ever gotten from this guy, just do it, man. Just hit go live. Just do it. It was a very big part of, like, why I got started, was because of you. You being in my corner and telling me, go do this immediately. Like, go do this right now. You have to do it. It's something that I can see you being good at. Why aren't you doing it? And that was why I made the switch over to Twitch as well, was because of you. And I'm grateful to you for that every day, man. Because it has given me something that I can be proud of, and something that I can grow and learn with, and build a community for. And so as, like, a little bit of background, so, like, when I first started on Twitch, right, 2021 kind of a deal, I was not consistent, and I'm not saying I am consistent, because life gets in the way and whatever of streams and stuff like that. I fell off pretty hard for, like, a couple years, and I only just recently started streaming again in December of 2024.
That's when it was.
Yeah. December 2024. I happened upon a community of streamers that I really liked, nestled myself in, and I was like, I like it here, and I put my virtual feet up on the couch and just sort of kicked back and started hanging out, and they, like, reignited that passion in me. I was like, I have to start streaming again, dude. I have to do it. I miss it. I always have you in the back of my mind. No matter where the influence comes from, it always boils back down to you. Being like, hey, do the thing. So thank you for that. That's really it. Streamers are human beings and are not faultless. And you can be their friend without, like, literally knowing who they are. You can be their friend. It doesn't have to get, like, super parasocial or anything.
That might be feeling a little bit deep in that particular
little too
pool.
Close.
a little
Yeah.
Close. And we definitely know how some of those people can really brighten our days.
Absolutely.
Just because we might be thinking to ourselves, I don't want to go live, and
I don't want to do it.
Suddenly you're just like, okay, we're going live, and suddenly you see a familiar name just pop right up. And it could be someone that you just haven't really thought of too much recently. But then suddenly
Sure.
you're like, wow, I remember you're going to welding school. Like, how's that going? I remember you
Speaking
telling
of
me that
welding
needs to
school.
you were going to start in February. How's that going?
How is it?
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Or, you had exams coming up. How did you do? I have a really good memory. And so I hold on to stuff like that, and I'm full of random information constantly. If someone opens up about something, I'll be like, okay, noted, and then it just kind of gets stored in my brain, and then the next time I see them, generally speaking, I'll be like, hey, how was this? So it's really cool to have a familiar face and to have that connection with a chatter or a streamer, to be like, hey man, how's this going? And have them be like, dude, thank you so much for asking. It's actually this. And something that I try to foster with my community of polterpals is I want you guys to talk to each other. I want it to be like an open forum. We're all friends here. This is the community, and I want people to not be afraid to be a part of that. I want to be able to make a safe place for people, and that's huge. Like, I am awestruck by the genuine people that are there and like willing to participate, and I think it's super, super cool to find people that are meaningful. So yeah.
wow.
Anyway, sorry that.
Yeah. Like the moment that you said
Mhm.
find people that are meaningful. The first people that showed up was previous guests of Get to Know Your Streamer. Those were the
True.
first people that showed up. And I still do reach out to these people, these previous
Mhm.
guests, to say, hey, how are you doing? Some won't answer back, some will answer back, and thus is life. Like, you're busy doing stuff. I hope your life's good.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is meaning behind your presence being here. And that's how I feel whenever I think of my previous guests and that very topic in general. Regardless of what our futures look like, you mean something to me.
Yeah.
And
we'll
thank you so much
continue
for
to-
sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I think we're on to the final round. Okay,
Good
there's
lord.
like 2 more, 3 more rounds. There's like more. There's more.
There's more.
There's
always
more.
more. There's always more. Speaking of there's always more,
Ooh.
fun fact about me.
Oh, go on.
So this tattoo is in like a 3D-esque way because it's a semicolon, and for those of you who know. But it's a semicolon, and I wanted it to be kind of 3D flavored because there's always something more to someone than what meets the eye, than what you're looking at, until you have the 3D glasses on and you're able to see that extra level of depth behind the person. That is super cool to me. So
It's
Anyway.
worthwhile to ask people questions. To say,
yeah,
hey, do you believe in ghosts? Did you have a bowl of Captain Crunch when you woke up this morning?
you should have.
Like,
You should have.
every single person has that extra layer to them, and
Yeah.
it may feel like NPC vibes from time to time in life because we get wrapped up just a little bit inside of our own business.
Questions are cool.
The questions work out very well. Speaking of questions, okay,
Yeah, let's go.
final round, rapid fire. Let's go.
Wait, is it final round or is there 2 or 3 more?
There's probably 2 or 3 more, but we're calling it the rapid fire round.
Oh god.
Rapid fire
I'm more
round.
of a semi-auto guy.
It's gonna
Okay,
keep- Favorite game of all time?
alright.
Semi-auto, he said. It's good.
Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Nice. First thing you do after stream.
Go say hi to the girls and the babies.
Nice. One streamer you admire.
That's mean. There's so many. They're all of them. I can't pick one. I'm sorry. I cannot.
Okay. Hot take on a video game subject.
A video game subject.
Yes.
Define subject.
Do you hate microtransactions? Do you think RPGs are overrated?
Oh.
Do you love Sims games? Do you love
Okay,
So what's your take on some video gaming topic?
Oh my gosh, dude. You're gonna have to cut this part because I have to think about it for a second. Dude, I don't know. I literally do not know. So hot take about a video game subject. Just because a game is hard doesn't make it the next Souls-like.
Fair enough.
Calling something the Dark Souls of X platform genre, yeah, no. Just because it's hard doesn't make it a Dark Souls, and just because it has 3D behind third-person view combat doesn't make it a Dark Souls. You know, it doesn't. Just because it's hard doesn't make it like that. That's a game journalist take, and I don't like
that's
it.
That's the take right there.
Yep. Where can people find me?
Yeah.
You can find me at twitch.tv/GhostintheNoice. You can also find me on YouTube at GhostintheNoice. And then you can find me floating around in my Discord every so often. And then probably 20 plus other streams. But me specifically, Twitch, YouTube, Discord.
Thank you so much, Ghost of the Noise, for being here. Wow, this has been a powerful conversation. I felt some vulnerabilities coming out, not only out of you, but I think I've ended up doing that too.
I would agree.
And
I tend to do that to people.
And so thank you so much, everybody, for coming and watching this episode of Get to Know Your Streamer.
Oh gosh.
Like, that's the way it feels sometimes. Like my butt kind of hurts a little bit sitting so long.
Oh no, I just had to stretch.
Well, old man grunt. Like it's like
yeah, exactly.
Don't forget to check us out on the next episode of Get to Know Your Streamer. We have
I'm excited to see them.
Janitor Joey. We got Waz now.
Let's go.
And I can't wait to show you what they're like. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.